Hey there, gypsies. We just wanted to show you some of the brand new arrivals that have just come into the warehouse. We're very, very excited to share them with you. They're from the new CHAS Summer 2011 release. And we've got on this video two new collections that we want to preview with you. We've got the Off the Wall paper collection as well as the global. And we also are going to be giving you a little peek at the brand new color rubbings and some brand new clear stamps. So we wanted to just take some time to show you the papers and talk a little bit about the inspiration behind the collections. You can see here we've got the brand new Off the Wall. We've got the papers here. We've got a great chipboard alphabet. I'll show you a little bit closer. Some beautiful art tags that we'll take a look at. But let's start with the papers. We'll talk to you a little bit about where some of the inspiration came from, the designs in these. So as you know, we are calling this collection Off the Wall. You can see that there's a lot of beautiful imagery that's layered into these papers. Lots of depth and dimension to them. Most of these designs were inspired by street artists and kind of that urban art feel. This one you can see we juxtapose birds on a wire against a news background. You can see there's a lot of texture in the paper here. The silhouettes that we selected to use on the papers were different silhouettes that we thought had meaning in some of the projects that we would use these papers for. The little girl with the balloon, kind of symbolic of childhood and the passing of time. The sneakers and music notes. Lots of different things that crafters and artists can connect with as they're using these papers in their projects. But if you aren't particularly fond of a silhouette, you can always use the back side of these papers, which are equally as interesting and make great background papers on different projects. If you get the chance to see these up close, you can see there's a lot of texture, a lot of dimension in them. This one is called Weeds, and actually this top portion here where you see some of the print is taken from one of our most popular papers that we've created. We did a few years ago. It was called Life Cream, and we get a lot of requests to bring that paper back, but we actually just brought in some of the graphics up here in this paper in the Off the Wall collection. So that's kind of fun. You'll also notice here this little line. It's like a little crack going through the paper. That actually comes from some inspiration photos that we layered into the paper designs and of actual walls that we visited from different places in the world. So this last one is called Travel. Obviously great paper for travel and journey-themed projects, but also that backside is equally as fun to use as the front. So that kind of gives you a little peek at some of the papers. Now, to coordinate with your papers, we did a chipboard alphabet. It looks like this. If I can get you in a little bit closer, you can see these alphabets have a really cool newsprint on them. So they're going to work really well with the Off the Wall collection, but they're also going to look great on all types of projects. These are a real classic. I know that we're going to have these in our stash for a very long time because they go so well with everything. And those come in two different color tones. You get a mixture of them in the package. You can see there's a cream and black and kind of a vintage, kind of a tinted sepia tone with black newsprint on those. So a really, really great chipboard collection there. We also did some beautiful art tags. These are really fun. You can see they've got kind of an interesting die cut scallop along the top. These are also sized really well to be used in the 7gypsies artist printer's tray and the little mini library drawer if you're familiar with those products. But you can see just some really fun imagery that was taken from the Off the Wall papers. So these tags are going to look really great on projects that use Off the Wall, but also look great on their own, using them on little cards or using them as gift tags. Just a really great tag collection. So Let's not forget that the papers do come in two other sizes. You've got your 6x6s and your 8x8 size. So these are just the same designs. You can see they are just scaled down to a smaller 6x6 size. So these are really great for card makers and small projects, ATC cards. This one's really cute with a little silhouette in that smaller scale size. And then on to our next collection. This one is called Global, and we are seeing maps kind of popping up everywhere in home decor. We're seeing them a lot in crafting. A lot of people are decoupaging maps to letters and other things and doing some really neat projects with them. So we've always collected old documents and charts and maps. We think that they tell a story of places that we visited or places that we'd like to visit. So we've always really been drawn to old, interesting charts and maps and have a big collection of those. So when we did this global collection, we actually took different pieces and elements from this collection of old maps that we have and pulled them into a full line that we are calling Global. And some of the continents and the maps and the images on these papers have meaning to the gypsies. In fact, this is the homeland of one of our founders. She was born in Australia. So just kind of some fun facts for those of you who kind of want the inside scoop on what goes on here at the Gypsy Workshop. But you can see as I'm going through here, these are two-sided. The front side contains a larger image of a map, and the back sides we kind of break these down and do smaller renditions of the different maps in different sizes. So a beautiful collection, very rich in color, a lot of warm tones, a lot of really nice soft distressing on them. So it's a great collection to work with, and I, again, think this is one that's going to be in our stash for a long time because it is very classic and it doesn't go out of style. Maps are here forever. We also do these papers in a 6x6 and an 8x8, and they are especially fun when you see those maps scaled down to these smaller sizes. So we've been doing some really fun things with these small size maps, cards, ATC trays, those kinds of things, really fun. We also did for this collection a chipboard alphabet. This one is really neat. It's got small maps that have been overlaid onto the alphabet. So again, this is one that you're going to be able to use on all kinds of projects. We also did the same art tags for Global. That's what they look like when they are packaged. So a variety of maps that have been printed on these art tags. You're getting 2 of each design in a package. So you're getting a total of 20 tags per package, which we know there's a lot you can do with. And we also did some stamps that work with both of these collections. This first one is called Ephemera. And it is old, travel documents, ticket stubs, luggage tags, just a great stamp set. You're going to be able to use it with everything. We think it goes great with the Global collection because it does speak to travel and documentation of travel. But we also did one that is called Legends, and this has a lot of some of the symbols that you see on maps. So it's going to coordinate really well with Global, but we also know that this is going to be a really fun stamp to have in your stash to use all the time. And the last one is a brand new alphabet stamp. And this one's a really great one. It's got uppercase and lowercase and some of the most popular symbols that we use. It's a beautiful font. I'm going to show you a project that we did this on, but we've already figured that this one is becoming one of our favorites. It has just been, anytime we've used it on a project, we've just loved it. So this is an artboard that we did using the off-the-wall stamp alphabet and some of the off-the-wall papers. So you can see that silhouette was cut from the paper and decoupaged to this artboard. We did some stamping where we combined uppercase and lowercase letters from that stamp set, and it's a really cool, very unique, very artistic, kind of a mixed media feel to this project. And last but not least, we have the brand new color rubbings. These are so fun. If you haven't had the chance to jump on our blog, it's 7gypsies.blogspot.com, and check out some of the projects that we've put together with these rubbings. They can go on just about any surface, metal, glass, wood. We even did these on a pair of shoes, so lots of fun ideas for how to use these rubbings, but they come in 4 different styles. We've got the butterflies, which are beautiful, bold colors. We've got tickets, which are old, vintage, different tickets for transportation, tickets to ride on the airplane, just some really fun ones there. We did a small mini ephemera, which is just beautiful. Some of the details in those little mini ephemeras are really, really fun to work with. And last but not least, we did the apothecary labels. So we took some of the designs that we've seen on vintage and antique bottles and kind of recreated them to have a 7 Gypsies feel and put them on a color rubbing. So you could do these on old apothecary bottles, you could do them on cards, all kinds of projects. So just a lot of fun. But that's it. Those are the brand new latest products that we have in the warehouse. And we are very, very excited to be able to share them with you, and can't wait to see what you create with them.